I feel like reason helps me to be the best person I can be, like straight up. Like, I feel like there's so many areas in my life, but I feel like taking the physical step of being the best person I can be in the best physical shape, that's a physical aspect, but it trickles down to every other area of my life.
Coach Miguel here.
Coach Drew here, and you're listening to the Finding Reason podcast,
where we focus on the 5 factors of health: nutrition, sleep, movement, mindset, and connection.
Enjoy.
Coach E here, and today I have another chat with one of our awesome Reason Moms in our Reason Mom series. This is the awesome, beautiful Esther Chan.
Hi.
All right. That was awkward. Cool. So there's a bunch of questions that we like to go over, and I'm just going to kind of kick off. I like the peace sign. I imagined like,
I didn't know if it was audio or video.
I imagined false clapping too. That would have been funny. Awesome. So Esther, how long have you been training with us here at Reason?
I actually started January 2020.
Did you really?
I did. I didn't know that
moly.
the pandemic would hit, and then I had just gotten pregnant.
Oh man.
I had just found out I was pregnant.
Holy
yeah,
cow.
I started right when I found out I was pregnant.
Okay. Wow. Amazing. So question is, have you always been fit? And if not, what inspired you to live a fit lifestyle?
Good question. No, I have never been fit.
You've never been fit?
I've never been fit. Maybe like, okay. Maybe 2007 when I was like super angry at a dude for screwing me over, and just like messing with me. You know, like you just get revenge and you're just like, I'm gonna just like run. So I like used to run, and then I like had patellofemoral syndrome, which is runner's knee.
Okay.
Like I couldn't even walk downstairs.
And that was your definition of fitness at that time.
Well, yeah, like I just ran.
I see.
That was fitness for me. Because, like growing up, you're like, oh, being cute is being skinny.
I see.
It's not like lifting weights was not part of that. Lifting weights was like a dude's thing.
I see.
Or like, if I did it, then I would be super buff and like, I'm not going to mess with this physique.
I see. So you basically had a guy, either a relationship that went south, and then you decided to become Forrest Gump afterwards. And short of growing a beard, you just continue to run around the San Gabriel Valley and the valley forever.
Well, not the San Gabriel Valley. I was like in college.
Oh, and
so
you ran around Westwood. So you just ran around the hills forever. And that's how you were fit.
I was so pissed.
I see.
And I would like just go to Drake Stadium, just like run around in circles, like do interval training.
Wow.
I would go to the gym and just do like ab exercises, because that's like what chicks like. We just did, like girls. We just wanted.
Wait, this
abs.
is in 2007.
This is 2007 to 2009.
Hey, did you know in 2009, CrossFit Sectionals was held at Drake Stadium? And
no way.
Yeah, it was at Drake.
You know what? I did notice there was like a lot of runners at some point.
Yeah, it was really badly run too. It was like one of the. It was like the first stages of like the early CrossFit games back then, and it was held.
I'm not gonna lie, I had not heard of CrossFit until I went to your gym.
Oh wow!
Even then, I was like, I don't know what that is.
Wow, cool. Well, welcome.
Yeah.
So in seriousness, like what actually inspired you to live a fit lifestyle?
Well, Phil, my husband, as you know, decided to start powerlifting. Like it was just like, whoa, I could lift weights. Whoa, I'm so macho.
Okay.
And then he actually started to change different parts of his life. So like he's actually a very achiever type, like if there's a goal, sticks to it, and then like changes everything, so regimented and so good like that. And I saw that as like something far-fetched, but there was always something within me that I always admire achievers. I'm like always wanting to do it too. And I always wanted to like have goals and set them and accomplish them. But then for him, he's just like was for years doing it, and he's just getting stronger, and he would like changed his diet. And I noticed it because like we would go out and then he wouldn't order the same thing, or I would end up eating way more than him. And then he would look at me like, are you going to finish that? But also I was pregnant,
Oh,
okay? I was
wow.
pregnant sometimes. And then, yeah, I just felt like I was not happy with my body, to be honest. I started to realize, I think I had always hated my body, which is so sad, right? So much inner healing. But I think when I came down to it, when I saw the difference between him and what he looked like, and then me and what I had not even like, I'm not even there yet, like mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, I'm not even there yet. I cannot even go to that level of fitness, but I wanted it. And I think I started to compare. And I think in that comparison, I realized like, wow, I hate my body, you know, like it's done such a great thing, like birth 2 babies at that time and nursed 2 babies through a year. But in that, like my body changed so much that it didn't even feel like it was my own anymore, you know, as sad as it was. And then like, I was always so tired. I'm naturally very energetic. But having 2 kids, having 2 kids like 2 years apart, it just like did a number on my energy. I like didn't want to see people anymore. Like I just became depressed, you know? And then I just like started through my spiritual journey, just really like learning to love myself again. And then I think that part of it had to come with loving my body and then also taking control of my body. And it just made me feel like, man, I want what you have, Phil. I want what you have. And he just started to introduce me into powerlifting, like the 5x5 starting strength thing. But like, I didn't know how to do any of this stuff. Like, I don't know how to squat. I don't know how to deadlift. I don't know how to bench press. I'm like just guessing. And I like started to feel like, man, I really need better training. Like, and I didn't feel like it was complete. Like it was just strength. I needed cardio too. Like I needed my blood, my heart to beat, you know, like get it going. But then, so then I had always known that you did CrossFit. I always felt like you were so fit and like all your dudes are like so fit. But then I started to see like, well, girls do CrossFit too. And like all the people that I've seen from afar, like Coach Beth, I like knew of her. I'm like, wow, she's really like all these people are so inspiring, but like, I don't want to get buff, you know? But then I started to talk to you and you're like, oh, that's just a myth. And I was like, oh, I guess you're right. And I started reading stats of like Tia Claire Toomey, who's like the same weight as me, but looks totally different, you know?
Yeah.
So then I chatted with you and then I got
so you realized that if you did CrossFit, you wouldn't accidentally become or have the physique of a CrossFit Games athlete after doing a workout.
No way, for sure. Like to get that to that point, I realize now it takes like
surprise.
Like 15 years of dedicated training every single day, 2 times a day, and your like nutrition, and you know, like you have to like they're like trying to bulk up. You know?
Yeah, the easiest way I would compare it to like a smaller comparison is I think CrossFit Games is really extreme because it's completely lifestyle based. It's completely recovery focused. Nutrition, totally every single small thing is dialed in. Like you say no to all these things just to be able to say yes to the possibility of one thing.
That's
right?
crazy.
It's like being a professional athlete, right?
Yeah. And knowing like Luke and Drew, like they're the fit, like you guys are all the fittest people. I look at you, I'm like, I could never get to where you are. No, who knows, you know? But even then they're like, they're not at the games. And I'm like, what? Like how crazy do you have to be? I don't know. Anyways. Yeah.
Yeah. I think kind of like anything else, I think 5 years of really, really solid consistency can take anybody anywhere. Like just honestly, you probably could make the games if you performed at, like, for example, like both Drew and Luke have jumped spaces every single year in rankings.
Wow.
But like every year they're dialing in something more, right? So it's like, you got to think about them. And it's like, they have to ask themselves the questions, are they actually fully optimized? And then once they're at a point where it's like, let's say you're near, like there's really not much room for improvement, live in that space for 5 years. And then I have a really hard time believing you're not going to make the CrossFit Games if you're living in that space for 5 years, right?
That's crazy.
So, but then there's also genetics too. So there's a lot.
Okay.
But a more, I think a more easier example to draw, I think the CrossFit Games is really extreme, right? A lot of people think they could never do that. A good example is like, what people forget is your life is like you have the responsibility of being a mother to 3 kids, wife,
Yeah.
you take care of a lot of stuff in your and it's like, and then there's moms that are like working at the same time too, right? It's like, I don't know how you can do all that and then still take care of your health and still balance yourself and like not lose your mind. And while you're doing all that, so like that's literally a job. While if you compare, like a lot of people like to, the easiest one is like people like to compare themselves to people that are celebrities. Oh, like this person did this, dude. First of all, like if I take, yeah. So if you take someone that's got like really buff for a movie, Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt does not walk around jacked year round.
No, yeah.
But he will walk around very jacked for like 3 months to shoot a movie. And then he goes back to his normal life. But for the 9 months that he wasn't shooting the movie, he prepared for an entire 9 months, full time, dedicated. All he thought about was encompassing the character of being this person, right? Like I don't know if you've ever seen like the Dark Knight, Heath Ledger, like that like obsessively.
Wait, Heath Ledger?
Yeah, he like became
the Joker. Yeah.
Yeah, not that he was jacked or anything, but like
I rewatched that movie.
He like became the Joker. Like it was very hard to believe that he was not the Joker because he played it so good. But like think about the headspace that you have to be in to be able to just turn that on, right? So it's the same thing with like your like health. It takes time, and I think I love that you pointed that out. It's like you're not gonna accidentally become a CrossFit Games champion. If you do CrossFit a couple of times, you know, so I think that's a really good takeaway. Just a question regarding your phases of pregnancy. How did your exercise or training change over the course of the 6 to 9 months of pregnancy?
Just for Nova, when I first started CrossFit?
For your last one, yeah.
Oh gosh. Okay, so I had a question in my head when I first started CrossFit. I actually asked you some theoretical questions because I had thought that I was pregnant, but nothing was confirmed. I was like, it's a possibility I'm pregnant, Eric. But so that's why I asked you. I was like, so should I do blah, 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 blah if I'm pregnant? And I had not even joined the gym yet.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. When I first started, I realized like, do I go all in? Because this is the first time I'm ever doing CrossFit. And they say medically, like, if it's something you're starting, don't start something new. But I had already done powerlifting. So I was thinking like, I think I can do it. I think my body can do it.
I see.
So the first 3 months, like after all the cardio workouts, I would just go out, just puke to be honest. Cause it's just part of like morning sickness, you know, like it was just part of it. I just dealt with it. It was terrible, but I've never pushed my body past to the point where I was like, I can't do this. You know, I only went as far as I felt like I could do. And I gave myself grace. Like I never felt guilty too, because I was like, number one, I'm first starting out. Like I don't expect to be a CrossFit Games champion. Okay. Sure. I don't expect to like run a 4-minute mile. I was doing like double, triple that. Okay. And then, so 6 to 9 months, I definitely had to alter a bit in the way, like hang clean. I couldn't do a real, I had to like kind of like go over the belly, you know, because if I hit it like that's traumatic, you know. Planks, I did planks, you know, but when it got heavier, I didn't do it. But I was pregnant for the Murph. I was about like 20, 25 weeks pregnant. And I was able to do the girl push-ups, regular squats.
Modified
squats
push-ups
are amazing for pregnancies. And then the pull-up, I just did supine.
Did you feel like, so you had 2 kids without training, and then you had Nova, your most recent one, with like going through this exercise. Did you notice any differences in these experiences?
Oh my gosh. In the pregnancies?
Yeah, in the pregnancies.
Yeah. I never worked out with in my pregnancy. I just like worked full time. So I was just up all the time and walking a lot. So there was something there. But with Juby, I had stopped working and I had not worked out. And I ate like crap. Like for that pregnancy, I had mee goreng, I had hot Cheetos all the time. Like I felt terrible, but then I also felt terrible after giving birth too, you know? And then Nova, I noticed that I would eat more salads. I never eat salads, but I started to crave that stuff. I started to crave salads. I started to crave like better foods. Like I still had my ramen occasionally,
Sure.
but
What do you think? Like, that doesn't sound like it's like that sounds a little atypical. Like,
yeah.
I don't feel like this typical mom. Let's say you start exercising and suddenly you crave salads. How did that become a thing?
Oh, I mean, because the way you eat affects the way you move. So
Hmm.
I want to feel good when I'm moving.
Hmm.
So I felt like my body was wanting salads. Like I was
Really?
salivating for a salad.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Like I looked at like really greasy foods and I'm like, I don't want it. Like it doesn't
Mm.
feel
And it's
like it's not
because you
gonna,
had the practice of exercise in with your third one that
yeah.
kind of created a shift.
Yeah.
Okay. What
And I'm a
was
snacker. I like love snacks.
it's funny. I actually have some snacks for you. What was the hardest part of being pregnant? And what did you love most about being pregnant? Those two.
For this time, for
Yeah,
Nova,
correct.
the hardest part about being pregnant, I think it was just pandemic. It was just hard being
Sure.
pregnant and then not being able to send my kids to school.
Hmm.
Like it was just hard. I felt really tired all the time, but
Hmm.
definitely not as tired as if I didn't work out. I felt
Hmm.
like working out gave me more energy. I even did like homeschooling stuff. I was like very proud of myself, you know, because at the time Juby was like 1 year old, Vera was 3. And then I was like pregnant and then
Hmm.
dealing with all the stuff that was going on outside of our walls, you know, like
Hmm.
being worried about getting COVID while
Hmm.
pregnant, like getting worried about like, I can't get spaghetti at the market because there's just no more, you know,
Sure.
or
Sure.
like toilet paper, like,
Sure.
and then also just like all the social, political, and even like all the stuff that was going on, you know, it was just hard
Yeah.
shifting from Phil, like working full time outside to
Hmm.
home.
Hmm.
Just like readjusting everybody's lifestyles.
While being pregnant. Yeah.
Yeah. But the
What
best
it
part is that, oh,
so go ahead. Yeah.
the best part was just like being home with everybody, like
Hmm.
going slower. And then also I just got to rest more because I was home, you know?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're kind of you had like an atypical pregnancy because of COVID too.
Yeah.
Cool. What did support look like for you during the pregnancy?
Oh, Phil helped me out a lot. He like cooked all the meals.
Hmm.
He still does it. Yeah, he like supported me so that he would watch the girls while I worked out
Hmm.
during pregnancy.
That's huge.
It's huge. It's
Yeah.
huge. Honestly.
I think a lot of
Shout
families
out.
take that for granted. That yeah.
Yeah. Like the support from the partner. You really need that, you know? And also just like verbal encouragement. Like I need to know that I need to be acknowledged. I'm not gonna lie. I love words of affirmation. I'm like an Enneagram 2. I need to feel appreciated and loved, and then I'm doing a good job, you know?
Yeah. Got it.
You know what I'm talking about.
I got you.
Um,
Enneagram 2 life.
yeah. But then yeah, so I just felt like just chatting with friends, just like knowing that I'm not alone. Because pregnancy can feel lonely and like all these like symptoms that come up that are not glamorous, you know, like stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Got it. Cool. What advice would you give to soon to be moms who maybe want to continue to exercise throughout their pregnancy?
Mm-hmm. The like soon to be moms that are in CrossFit
Yeah,
that
like
want to
just
continue. Oh yeah,
like training that kind of like this kind of style,
yeah,
like the style that we do at Reason,
yeah,
CrossFit style, or a little bit more intensity or more strength, like
yeah.
loaded stuff. What advice would you give moms?
I would say just keep doing what you're doing. Like just keep doing it. If you don't stop, like I think that it's actually bad for you if you do stop, like completely, you know?
Mm,
Like your health is everything. Working out actually helps your body. For me, my recovery was so quick. I had never recovered so quick. Like the day I gave birth, the nurses were all like, "Oh my gosh, you look so good." And I was like, "Oh, it's because I worked out." You know?
because
But
I
I
worked out.
really did feel like my stomach shrank. Like usually after you give birth, you
Uh,
still look like you're 6 months pregnant. I did, but my like frame was smaller. And
I
not
see.
that aesthetically like it matters, but I also felt like I could walk
Like
around.
you felt less bloated.
I could, yeah, I could, like not even bloated, but I felt less tired.
Mm,
like your body just gave birth, man. Like all the energy is gone. But I actually felt like I actually have energy to like walk around this like hospital room and like hold my baby and like play with her a little bit, you know, like instead of just rest. But yeah, I want to encourage the moms, like just keep going. Like listen to your body, of course. I know you hate that.
I don't hate that. No,
but
I
just
think
keep
it's
going.
great.
Yeah.
Are there any like rules? I always talk about frameworks and rules for life. So are there any like rules for life that are related to health that you follow?
What do you mean? Like, what do you mean? Yeah, give me an example.
So example, like I have unwritten rules about my life. I drink clear brew every morning. You know what that is?
Yeah, you do.
I'm on that clear
water.
brew life. Yeah. So don't call it water. It's clear brew. Water doesn't feel respected when you call it the wrong name. So I drink clear brew every morning. I'm just kidding. I drink water every morning, and I usually would try to get anywhere between 12 to 32 ounces, depending on what cup I choose in the morning. But I'll usually just chug it. So if it's a smaller cup, I'll chug like 2 to 3 portions of that. If it's a bigger one, I'll just and just down it. That's like a rule for life for me that I don't like. It's something that I do that like no one has to ask me to do. I don't have to try to do it. It's just part of me, if that makes sense.
Sure.
I can add, there's other ones, but I want to hear yours, unless you want more, for example.
No, yeah, like especially when you're pregnant, I say just drink a ton of water. Like water solves so many issues. I remember when I was pregnant, before I started drinking so much water, like I would wake up in the middle of the night, have these leg cramps. Water seriously solved it. I just started to drink more water. No matter what, you're going to get up in the middle of the night to go pee. So just drink more water.
Oh, these are rules for like not pregnant too. Just like, are there like rules for your life related to your health that you follow? Maybe that you weren't even conscious of until somebody asked you just now.
No, like the other day you posted something about like steps for successful parenting. Wake up before your kids. That's like the one thing that has saved my mental health. Waking up before my kids. And now I'm like starting to wake up even earlier than I ever have. Like now I'm starting to wake up at 5, go to the 5:30 class, get home by 6:30, have more time to like spend time with God, make the kids lunches, send them to school, like get them ready for the day, wake them up, get them dressed. Like it's helped so much. Like just wake up early.
That's a huge parent one. When you get like when your kids beat you to waking up, you've already lost like the first battle of your day.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Any other rules that you follow?
I meditate. For me, I'm a Christian, so I believe in God. So I have to read the Bible and meditate and then journal. Like I have to dump all the crap that's in my head before I can even parent or talk to my kids. Because if I don't, I just become a hot mess. Like I start yelling at them. I'm so much more angry. So if I journal and just get it all out, I feel like I'm a nicer person. I'm just a nicer mom,
Yeah.
So there's so much junk in your head, but you have nobody to process with.
Yeah.
Like Phil doesn't want to hear everything that's on my mind.
Sure.
So then I just journal it or I talk to God about it.
Sure.
Like I have to just let it out before I start the day. Yeah.
Cool. That's really helpful, I think. And I think that's a great tie into like, it's still part of your health too, So that's really helpful. What advice would you give? And I know you're on a time crunch, so I'm just going to hold you for like one. You a hard out right now?
No, I'm okay. Yeah. I got a few more.
Okay. What advice do you have for moms who claim they don't have time for exercise?
You don't have time not to have time to, like, honestly, no, seriously, like your exercise is like, this is what you have to protect because your exercise allows you to be strong for your kids. Your exercise allows you to have energy. Like you don't have time or energy not to exercise. And it's not just about exercise, but it's like exercise that makes and forces you and actually helps your sleep. Like because I exercise, I'm like so tired by the end of the night that I just knock out. I don't have any sleep problems. Like, and then just, great. Like years of being a parent, like, and losing sleep, how valuable sleep is. Like I need 8 to 9 hours of sleep now.
Yeah. That's great. That's really helpful. What This is our last one before we have like a couple.
Yeah.
We have shotgun fun questions at the end. But what
Okay.
problem do you feel like being part of Reason solves for you? There are people that join our gym that they're there for the exercise, but it's just like I would say like it's a checkbox for them to exercise, but really for them they're there because they want community. It's like it's like they're
Oh.
part of something that knows is going to make them better.
Mhm.
Some people, yeah, like they're part of it. Like it solves the nutrition problem for them. Like without Reason,
Oh
like
yeah,
they can still
sure.
exercise, but Reason solves the like it gives me
Yeah.
education and tips and all this stuff.
Sure.
For some people, it's like some of their best friends have been made at the gym, so their communities, like their
Okay.
closest accountability partners are there. For some people, they're training to be very competitive for their outside sport.
Oh,
So-
okay. Okay. For me, I feel like Reason helps me to be the best person I can be, like straight up. Like, I feel like there's so many areas in my life, but I feel like taking the physical step of being the best person I can be in the best physical shape, that's a physical aspect, but it trickles down to every other area of my life. Like I'm going to be in the best physical shape, and doing that helps me to be in the best, like I get to rest the best, optimal rest, eat the best, drink the best, like have as much water as I can to feed the body so that it could be the best, eat better so that I could, fuel that. And then also like mental health wise, I feel better. I'm like in therapy, like I'm doing all, like, I just feel like exercise and Reason has done this trickle down effect into other areas. Like what else can I improve? What else can I do to be the best? Like, how else can I be the best mom? Should I homeschool? Like,
yeah, that's great. Yeah.
That's
powerful. That's really powerful. Cool.
Yeah.
There's a couple of fun questions. Do you consider yourself more of like a cardio mommy or like a strength training mommy?
Strength all the way.
Here we go.
All the way. People think that you lose weight from cardio. You actually, I feel like you lose so much weight from strength training, and you feel badass. To be honest.
All right.
Like to do a deadlift, and I'm like, oh my gosh, look at all these 10 dominant. They like get really fat. I'm like, I feel so badass right now.
Let's go. What's your least favorite exercise that we do at the gym?
Oh my gosh, what is it called?
Like on this day, if Luke 100%. programs this, I'm not showing up.
I used to say wall balls, but they're actually okay now. It's actually what is it called? Is it the snatch? I hate the snatch.
Barbell or dumbbell or any form of
barbell snatch. Like the ones that you start from the floor and then you end up overhead, right?
Yeah.
Like
barbell snatch.
I hate that. I'm like so weak in that, but that's why I need to do it.
Got it. Are there any mental tricks that you use on yourself when you just don't feel like working out?
Okay, so in the morning, because I do the morning workouts, I will just drink a bunch of water right when I wake up. And
to
I'll
wake
be like,
yourself
let's do
up?
it. And I'll be like, let's do it.
Got it.
And I have to have all my clothes already ready because it's too cold. I don't want to like undress and then go into the closet. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's like everything has to be prepped the night before. Like my bag is ready. My shoes are by the door. That helps me. Like, okay, it's just in and out. Let's go.
Never. Yeah. Actually, no, I haven't really thought about that one too. That's a good one.
No,
so you actually have your clothes
to get out the door.
You have like your clothes laid out like by your bed. Like,
everything.
Hey, this is the outfit that I will wear tomorrow.
It's morning. Not even by my bed. It's in the bathroom.
Oh, like, so you go to
get dressed. Yeah, I just do everything.
You go to the bathroom and then you're ready to go. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, cool. That's really helpful. And then kind of a fun one. What is your go-to snack food? This could be like a good one. Like you can share like one good one and then one that's like more indulgent too.
Okay. In the middle of the day, like 2 to 3 p.m., I always do a smoothie, like not a smoothie, like a protein drink. Because I notice 2 to 3 p.m., I get so tired.
I see.
And I realized I just nutritionally need more protein because I'm working out, so I have to do it. And it helps. Like after this, I feel energetic. It's like my coffee.
Nice. I caught you at your protein supplement timing.
Yeah. You did. Yeah. And then the bad snack that I do is at night, I tend to get really like savory cravings. So I just need a bag of hot Cheetos.
Hot Cheetos.
Or 2 packets of mee goreng. I can't do one packet. It's not enough. It has to be 2 packets of mee goreng.
That's your indulgent snack. Like I'm gonna have it as a snack.
Yeah. Mhm.
That you'll go and cook your snack. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's commitment to the snack. Wow. Wow. That's great. No judgment, no judgment on my end.
Phil's is a chicken pot pie
chicken
from Marine
pot
Calendars.
pie.
The frozen Marine
That's a
Calendars
snack?
chicken pot pie that he gets it.
Man, your
You can
family
have that
snacks
every
different. When I think snacks, I think like very long shelf life, preservatives, overly sweet, overly salty, dry thing, or
bag
candy.
of chips.
Yeah, like
Oh,
chips, crackers.
I don't have a sweet tooth.
Some kind of processed carbohydrate, or like Cheez-Its, or like one of those kind of things.
I said Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
Yeah, that would definitely fall
Yeah.
under that category. Yeah, but I like how you. Wow, that's commitment to the snack. That's because most people would be too. I feel like by the time it's nighttime, I feel like most people are too lazy to cook. So
No, for me, I'm like, I've been waiting all night for this. My kids are down. It is time. I'm ready. I'm gonna
nice.
watch something.
Awesome. Well, I know you got to go get your kids. So,
Yeah.
is there anything that you want to add?
No.
Any last words of encouragement or anything?
No. Like, ladies, you guys are badass for doing CrossFit. Keep going, you know? That's it.
All right, cool. Well, thanks for being here.
Okay.
Guys, thanks for listening. This is our mom series with Esther Chan.
Don't forget to subscribe and share, guys.
Follow us on Instagram at Finding Reason Podcast. Talk to you guys soon.